Love yours.
What's up, Locked In Ecom? Today we're gonna be going over, it's the software that you guys see me using in all the stores, right? It's the #1 software when it comes to doing RA sourcing at the Adidas outlet, as well as the Nike outlet. So I'm gonna be pretty much covering exactly how to utilize SellerAmp and how to maximize every component in it, because there's a lot of tiny things in it that a lot of sellers don't maximize, and it's leaving money on the table, to be quite honest with you. So with that being said, we're gonna dive right into it right now. You can see I'm on SellerAmp's actual software, right? So this is kind of how it looks when you search up a product and you want to full screen it. Obviously, it looks a lot different when you're actually on Amazon's website, right? We can see it's right here on the right side of the screen. So I do go over SellerAmp right over here, but pretty much, guys, SellerAmp is gonna help you. It's gonna help you track pretty much. I look at it, SellerAmp as more of a profit calculator, right? So we can see I put in the cost, I get, I put in what I would sell the product at, which after that it's giving me the profit that I'm gonna make based on of the sale price and the cost of goods. It's gonna give me the profit. It's gonna give me the profit net percentage, and then the return on investment. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'd like to operate typically at 30%. So this is amazing. This is why this is all green. This is beautiful. It shows you the BSR, so the best seller rank, which is obviously pretty much determining the velocity of which a product is selling at. So it does go over the BSR, which I do recommend for any product you buy. 0 to 100,000, 0 to 150,000 is pretty good for a BSR. It shows you the estimated monthly sales, which this isn't always accurate all the time, but it's pretty reliable for the most part. So it does go over estimated sales, and it goes, it tells you the max cost, pretty much the max cost that you can actually, buy this at to still maintain, your criteria, right? In this case, my criteria is a minimum 25% ROI. Pretty much saying the maximum I can spend on this product to still maintain my criteria is $47.56, right? Because, $47.56, we can see I'm at exactly 25% ROI, which is exactly what I typically operate at. So that's that. It's showing, it's pretty much simple. It's telling you, obviously, it says, yes, I'm eligible to sell this product because I am ungated at Nike, so yes, I can sell it. Alerts. So alerts panel will typically, and that's the cool thing about SellerAmp, is they'll tell you when you're on a listing if there's any IP history, any sort of things you need to be really aware of, right? And luckily, for Nike, you're not ever gonna deal with that. But for some products, right, you might have to look at as a panel right here, right? The last thing you want to do is get an IP complaint. So which just so they're inevitably gonna come. I have a video about how to beat it. If you want to check that out, just go to my YouTube channel. I go over how to beat an IP complaint. Yeah, and the cool thing about SellerAmp is there's a mini Keepa chart, right? Obviously, Keep this is my baby right here, right? Keepa. But it does have a mini Keepa chart right here. So obviously, when you're doing RA, you can quickly analyze and quickly scan it, which is pretty cool. So it does go obviously over Keepa, so you can actually make analytical buys while you're at the stores, which is pretty sweet. It goes over the offer count right here, and then we can see cost price right here. So it's the same thing, cost price, sale price. Now I get to change whether I want to FBA or FBM it, because obviously there's two different fees when it comes to FBA and FBM. So we can see if I FBM this, and I know I can FBM shoes around $6, $7. We'll say $7 paying on the safe side, right? So at $7, we can see I'm making a $10 profit, and that's at that's a $7 FBM cost. But FBA, we can see I'm making a smaller amount of money, right? Pretty much telling you exactly, you get to pick and choose between FBM and FBA, which is pretty cool, because obviously you're gonna determine whether you want to FBA or FBM your product, which it's obviously up to you based on the data, right? So you get to obviously see what your profit will look like in either case, and obviously it goes over the ROI right here, maximum cost, like I just said above, it's telling you the fees that Amazon's taking, and it even gives you a description, referral fee, FBA fee, and it pretty much gives you a little rundown. So that's pretty cool. And then and the cool thing is it has a variations tab. So if you press check on the variations tab, it'll literally tell you the best selling variation from A to Z, right? So we can see it pulls up a nice little pie chart too. So it'll tell you the best, the most popular selling ASIN from top to bottom. Just kind of testing things out myself right now. But yeah, so it pulls up a little pie chart as well. Obviously, I'll pull up the color so I can see what the most popular color is, which looks like it's black dark smoke. So I can see that's the highest rating product out of this listing. Probably gonna get the most sales, right? So, and one thing that's very overlooked is you can actually configure Google Sheets to SellerAmp. So a cool thing is when you're doing OA sourcing, right, and you come across a hot product, right? For example, let's say I came across this beauty of a product right here, right? Let's say I found it at a dirt cheap price. Let's say I found it at $30. Holy crap, it's almost 100% ROI. This is amazing, but I can't buy it. Why can't I buy it? It's out of stock. Oh man, it's out of stock. Well, the cool thing is SellerAmp allows you to track your products on a sheet. So for example, if I go down here, I have a sheet that's named OOS, meaning out of stock. So I'll press it right there as loading. Boom. Okay, cool. It's linked now to that sheet. And the way you do that is you have to connect Google Sheets to SellerAmp, and it's very easy. All you do is go down to your settings, right? If you go down to your settings, you go all the way down here, and you're gonna go to where it says Google Sheets, right? Configure. Cool. Now for me, it's already connected. For you, it's gonna ask, it's gonna ask you to connect to your Google account pretty much. So once you have that set up though, boom, I can create a new sheet. And what do I want to name this sheet? Well, I can name this sheet anything I want, right? So the title for the sheet, I can name this one Nike out of stock. Or I can name it, for example, when Q4 comes around the corner, very popular in Q4. I can see now, let's say, I looked at the keep a chart rate right here, right? And I noticed that during Q4, every time Q4 comes around the corner, always selling for way higher than, right, typical retail market is right now, right? So me seeing that, right, we can see right here, like it's kind of popping off in December, but I just said that as an example. In this case, obviously, let's say it was popping off in Q4. Now I can go very popular in Q4. I can press it in there. I can pull up my Google Sheets and it'll pop up right there. And it will literally include the price that I'm getting it at, the price that I'm selling it at, and it'll include the ASIN for me too. It'll do that, or it'll organize that for me automatically, which is a really cool thing that SellerAmp does have added to it, which is pretty sweet. So that's something really cool to kind of take into consideration, right? And then obviously, you go over the offers, right? So SellerAmp also does a really good job of describing, showing you all of the other Amazon sellers on the specific listing that you're looking at, right? We can see there's a total of 24 offers down here, 11 of which are FBA, 13 of the others are FBM. It does go over all that, which is pretty sweet. And then I want to acknowledge, right? Shout out Mario's and the SellerAmp team. They did a really good job in terms of bringing in buy box analysts, right? So one thing, okay, so I guess this is pretty new, right? Because on Keepa, if we go on Keepa, right, we can go to data, we can go to buy box statistics. We can see what percentage of the buy box some of these sellers are winning, right? We can see that currently, right? We can see Deals Game Changer, this store name right here. He's winning 10% of the buy box. He has the highest percentage, which is not a lot, right? I mean, this is a very, very, very equally shared buy box percentage right here. This is a green flag, to be honest with you. A green flag. SellerAmp, typically before SellerAmp added this feature, you would always have to go to Keep It to look at buy box analytics, which is always kind of a scary thing, because the last thing you want to do when you're buying an RA is buy a product that looks very good, then come back home, Amazon's completely hogging it, or damn, this one guy has 99% of, he's not sharing anything. Like, that's the last thing you want to do, right? So the cool thing is SellerAmp already included that into their software, which is a big game changer, right? We can see Deals Game Changer, his name is in bold, he has the highest percentage of winning in buy box, 8%. So it is a little, it's a little not, it's very similar, you know what I mean? But that's the cool thing. And we get to see average 180 days. We get to see, and he's winning it 4% of the time on an average of 180 days. Let's see the last 30 days. That's still him at 10%. Okay, so there we go. That's why right here, that's why it was a little off. I think it's because it was probably in a different time. It's probably operating. Yep, that's why. It's ranged in 30 days. Yep, 90 days. Okay, yeah, they're connected. They're very accurate together. So that's the cool thing about SellerAmp. They pull up the buy box analytics to show you the buy box statistics. So SellerAmp for me is more of a profit calculator. Gives me a quick rundown of the BSR, the estimated monthly sales, profit, my ROI, my net percentage. And obviously it gives me a really good description, a quick little description of Keepa, which is all I need to kind of, make some good buys. And then obviously the Google Sheets, which I just explained, the seller account. So the buy box analyst, the buy box statistics pretty much per se. So some really good stuff in here. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for SellerAmp. I hope you guys enjoyed. If this helped, please drop a like, a comment, share it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to learn more Amazon information. I'm here to help you guys grow. I'm here to help you guys win. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Let's grow Locked In Ecom. Let's go.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.